ever allow a man, a white presenting man, to tell me that I have turned against my own race for clout. Never.
Look, I know there are a lot of personalities on social media. Not everyone is perfect. People will do things to piss you off, but one thing I will not stand for is what Kuckian'S represents. I recorded Paige's recent live stream where she goes in depth about what John Kuckian, one of the most corrupt drama channels in the world, actually no, probably the most corrupt drama channel in the world, has to say about her and the drama surrounding Jackie Aina. Now, I've filmed a video about Jackie Aina and the link will be in my bio. This beauty guru accused Petty Paige of theft or international fraud, I think it was. So anyway, this is the live stream. I found it very emotional and I hope you guys can gather something from this.
I think it's quite funny how he actually says that it could be me, it could not be me, whereas in his last video regarding the whole Petty Paige versus Jackie Aina thing, he went with a consensus that I definitely did. It's funny that he's admitting this now whilst talking about Jeffree Star, who allegedly did a false copyright strike against John Kuckian. How? Oh my god, how? How was she the victim of me? At this point, Paige was just out here chilling Bob Dylan, doing her part-time job whilst doing her YouTube, you know, doing a little thing, living her best life. At that point, like, I don't understand.
We're going to have to start donating that money to people's medical bills if you keep screaming.
But I don't understand, like, I don't understand how she was the victim of me, because at this point, absolutely nobody was talking about her. Nobody gave a crap. Sorry, truth be known. She gets herself into drama every so often, but in the grand scheme of problematic people, she just really is not doing the most. How was she harassed?
How?
All 4 of my videos, well, 3 of my videos up until the point that she accused me of international wire fraud. All 3 of my videos was just out here just attacking the fuck out of her. Calm down. Okay, I've explained the makeup launch situation once before, but I will explain it again. John Kuckian was having his Kuckian Cosmetics makeup launch. I said to John Kuckian, if I come to your makeup launch, and this was a big if, but if I come to your makeup launch, can I bring my camera equipment because I would like to film the experience? Now the reason I said that was because I knew that this whole thing was literally the biggest, most anticipated launch within the makeup / beauty industry at that point in time, because everybody was waiting for it to fall down like a house of cards. Now, just like I am not completely against hanging out or spending some time with Jeffree Star, asking him some questions and getting to know him in that sense, I am not completely against hanging out with John Kuckian, getting to know him, asking some questions in another sense. I persistently, Gareth, how many times did I ask that guy for an interview? Like so many times. So many times I asked him for an interview. It was him who wanted me to hang out with him when his friends bailed on him when he wanted to go out on a night out in Manchester and said, Paige, I'll hang out with you. Do you want to hang out with me? Or you want to meet me in Manchester? And he said, how long will it take you to get there? I said, 45 minutes. He goes, are you going to come down? I said, no. I said, I cannot. And I cannot let my subscribers think that it's okay to kind of bypass certain situations just because the person of which you are talking to hasn't addressed it and you can just live on hunky-dory. I can't do that. The person has to address it the same way that when I meet Jeffree Star, I will most definitely be asking him questions. Like, there's no 2 ways about it. If I'm not going to be able to ask Jeffree Star some, you know, questions and be able to report back efficiently, then there's no need. You know what I mean? Like, as much as the clout is great and blah, 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 it's not necessary. You know what I mean? I feel like I've been doing okay as I have, you know? So, I'm kind of open to speaking to anyone. I'd do an interview with Karina Kaboom. I know everybody hates Karina Kaboom. I'd do an interview with her. Are you crazy? Most definitely. I want to get inside the mind of the person who doesn't allow people to speak on her channel. Most definitely. I would definitely give somebody the opportunity to speak to me like that. So I don't understand why, when the tables are turned where it's somebody who has, in, you know, social media's way been overtly racist or whatever, it's different. Why is it okay for Shane Dawson to do a 3-part documentary series, but because of this colour, because of the colour of my skin, it it is completely wrong for me to speak to Jeffree Star on any level because of the colour of my skin. If people are saying that people need to see beyond colour, like, holy fucking shit. Like, you won't even let me speak to a person because of the colour of my skin. Like, let that fucking simmer for a moment. Because of the colour of my skin, I'm not supposed to speak to somebody. Or I would be doing a great injustice to the POC community of YouTube. Bullshit! I'm a drama channel. If you want me to sit here and remain unbiased, then I'm going to speak to everybody. Nobody is off the table. The only people, when it comes to drama, who have ever been off the table are people who I've had personal beef with. Yeah? As in, if I was doing a story on Kuckian'S, I'm definitely not asking Kuckian'S for a fucking statement. She can go fuck herself. Simple. Why? Because I'm probably going to give a biased story. Ain't even going to lie to you because I'm probably going to give a biased story. When me and Here for the Tea were going through the shit, I'm not going to Here for the Tea to ask for a no statement, no how, no way. Why? Because I've personally got a problem with her. Well, shall I say. I personally had a problem with her. There was no way I was going to ask her for a statement. Would I ask her for a statement now? Most definitely. You know what I mean? So, the way that I see it is if you want an unbiased view, if you want an unbiased overview of certain things, then I am most definitely going to ask all parties. If you don't want that, then you're not watching a drama channel that's going to be fair. I think it's because of the colour of your skin that you should speak to Jeffree by Audra Rowdy Girl. Thank you so much. That's how I feel. I feel like because of the colour of my skin, because I will be going to him as a woman of colour and speaking to him openly and frankly about this situation, because of the colour of my skin, we might be able to get more answers than you would with his non-white, his non-POC comrades, most definitely. I've missed a couple of people, so I do apologise. I'm going to scroll up. So, Anthony Smith, $4.99, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. And also, Emily M, thank you so much for the $9.99. We do appreciate that. All donations in today's stream are going to be going towards Raid. So, that's how I feel. It's like this whole fucking cancelled culture needs to end. It needs to end immediately. Just because, say for instance, I've got a video coming out about Peter Mon any day now. So say for instance, I'm talking about the situation with Peter Mon, my thoughts and opinions on various situations, then I would expect you guys to make your own informed decisions, not because of me. We shouldn't be cancelling culture. We shouldn't have this cancel culture because I've cancelled this guy. It should be your guys' decision whether you want to do whatever the hell you want to do. And that's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to open a dialogue. We're supposed to talk. This is a guy who sat down and made a 45-minute apology video apologising for all of his racist past. Then if he is apologised for said racist past and these receipts come out that aren't adding up to any drama channel I've spoken to, I'm not going to name drama channels actually, that's unfair, but I've spoken to numerous drama channels about this situation saying, hey, what do you think, is there anything I'm missing, because I'm not getting the vibe that this is real. And then every single one of them has said it's either got to be taken with a pinch of salt because it's not adding up, or they've said it's not right and they don't believe it. Do you know what I mean? Every single drama channel, but because I'm a woman of colour who has the opportunity, because I don't know whether it's actually going to happen, but because I'm a woman of colour who has the opportunity to meet up with somebody who has a racially aggravated past, that I shouldn't do so. Do you know what? When we talk about, like, this is not me referring to myself as those said people, but if we want to make peace within any kind of community, we have to meet with the person who is the aggressor. We have to do that, and that's just the situation.
It's not like it's the first time he's tweeted about meeting you either.
Yeah, it's not, exactly. It's not like it's the first time, like it's out of the blue, like it's, oh, Jeffree Star's tweeted about hanging out with Paige. Just tweeted out about hanging out with me like about 8 months ago. It was nothing, like, that's why it was not a shock to me. It was a shock to a lot of people, but it wasn't a shock to me because I was like, oh, okay, cool, you're in the area, whatever. You know what I mean? But anyhow,
well,
I'm asking you, was that Picture Lux or was that Peter Mon? I don't want shout-outs to gain 50,000 subscribers.
Oh, I get you, yeah.
Was that Rich Lux or Peter Mon? Peter Mon's situation was different because he was an arsehole.
Yeah, but he was with Shane Dawson.
Oh,
and Shane Dawson does keep commenting on most of his posts as well. recently he's commented on quite a few posts.
Wow, I don't know. Rich Lux shade, everyone's saying. Okay, Rich Lux, alright. Okay. Oh god, I wish I could read to you the DMs between myself and Jeffree Star. Because it literally has been. He sent me a message. He goes, "Hey girl, I'm going to be out in the UK. Are you available?" I said, "I actually have some time off, actually, so that's pretty dope if you are." And then we haven't spoken to each other in the past, I'd say 4 or so days.
It's been about 3 days.
3 days.
Because he messaged you like Sunday or Saturday, I think it was.
Okay, so like he messaged me Sunday or Saturday, and then I sent him a message literally today and said, "Hey, if you got like times and dates, so I know like, you know, what's going on."
He said, "I'll let you know closer."
Because I'm actually going out to London on the weekend, so I wanted to make sure it didn't clash. And then he goes, "Oh yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I touch down in the UK. He's actually on his flight as we speak." And I was like, "Okay, cool." Like that was the biggest. Like I wish it was deeper. I wish we were sat there chatting and kikiing about Kuckian'S, and he said this and I said that. It literally was not that deep. The person who opened up this niche to doing drama videos was actually Sanders Kennedy, so you need to give praise and give credit where credit's due. John Kuckian. Right. So we've said that, so if they are real, that's what was said, right? Okay, just making sure that you clarified that, because at this very moment in time, just because these ambiguous text messages are even out, I'm supposed to immediately be on high alert because this guy is clearly a racist, and we should be deeming him a racist before we've even asked him any questions. So it's not even a situation where he's innocent until proven guilty. They're guilty from the outset, and now they have to prove themselves unguilty. Well, if that was the case, when that whole situation happened with myself and Kuckian'S, then I'm guilty as shit. Ever allow a man, a white presenting man, to tell me that I have turned against my own race for clout? Never. Disgusting thing that I have ever heard come out of a man's mouth, ever, in fact a person, fuck gender, out of a person's mouth ever. That is so incredibly disgusting. So incredibly disgusting. That I can't even comprehend it. So you're telling me, you, Mr. White presenting male, and this is not me being fucking racist as shit, but I'm going to call it how I see it right now, right? You as a white presenting male, you are telling me that I'm turning against my own race for clout, when I am not. You can go along with life, and this is me just calling it how I fucking see it. So if I am not politically correct, I do apologise, but I'm filled with emotion right now. You can go on through life and absolutely nobody treats you any fucking differently because of the way you fucking look. Not a single person, right? Not a single person is going to look at you and say, "Oh, there's that black guy." Not a single fucking person. You don't know my struggles. You don't know where I've been. You don't know where I come from. You do not know how many times people have treated me fucking differently just purely because of the way I've looked. You don't know how many times. Let me tell you a fucking question. A lot of people don't understand why my name is Paige Christie. My mother told me that she chose white names for me and my brother so that, and this is her words, right? White names for me and my brother so that when we presented ourselves on paper, when we applied for jobs, we would get a job. We would get the opportunity to be interviewed, because if we had a black name, if we had a fucking black ass name, we would not get that interview. So don't you fucking tell me about us and about our struggle and about me turning against my race. Don't you ever tell me about anything to do with being a plus size POC woman ever, period, because you have no fucking idea. No fucking idea. You have not been in a store when you're walking around and people are following you because they think you're going to fucking steal. No matter how many work badges you have on, no matter how much work clothes you have on, no matter how professional you look, you never have to go through that, not once. So how fucking dare you? So don't you ever tell me, ever, about my hustle, about my struggle, about where I've been, about where I'm going, and about the fact that I am a woman of colour in this world going against my race because you know nothing about my race. Nothing. Ever. You know nothing about my race. So you can show all the black women of colour you putting makeup on, talking about the makeup industry, all you fucking want, John Kuckian, but you know nothing about what it is. See, this is the thing. When it comes to me and that woman of colour who is a Jamaican woman, when it comes to me and that woman of colour, I know more what it's like to be that woman of colour, that Jamaican, black, dark-skinned woman of colour than you will ever know in your lifetime. Period. Point blank. You will never know. You will never know what it's like. So don't you ever fix your lips to speak about me like that again. Ever. Period. Point blank. You don't know shit. You don't know shit. You don't know what it's like. You don't know where I've been. You don't know what anything is. You know shit. So you can carry on living your white passing cisgender life, because that life is something that I will never be able to understand, and I would never speak like that about you. How fucking dare you?
Married a white man.
So what? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck if I married a white man? That is like not even a part of the conversation. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? What if I married a Chinese guy? Does that make any difference? What if I married somebody who was like, I don't know, Albanian? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck what colour skin my man is? Who gives a fuck? It makes no difference to the conversation. It makes no difference to the narrative. As long as my white man is not in my home oppressing me as a black woman, then that is not a part of the conversation. If that was the case, then that's a conversation we can have. That's a conversation that you can bring to me. But the colour of the man that I choose to sleep with, the colour of the man that I choose to be with, the colour of the man that I choose to spend my life with should be none of anybody's business. This is the point. We're talking about removing colour from situations, but every single person sees everything by colour. Because if that was not the case, then why would the colour of my man even make any difference to anything? The colour of my man should make zero difference to the conversation. Are we talking about what this man has said about a black woman turning against her own race? Or are we talking about who I'm fucking sleeping with? Because I'll tell you this, I've slept with a lot of black men, I've slept with a lot of white men, and hell, I've slept with a hell of a lot of Asian men. Makes zero fucking difference. Zero difference. That's not a part of the conversation. If you want it to be a part of the conversation, then you guys have that conversation by yourselves. But that is not a part of my conversation. That is not a part of my narrative. My man could be any fucking colour. It's the way he treats me that makes a difference. It's the way he makes me feel that makes a difference. It's the way he supports me that makes a difference. It's the way that he is by my side, even at this fucking moment in time, looking through the comments and moderating bullshit, is what I chose. I chose the person. Truth be known, I didn't date gingers before him, but I do. I do now. Because the person I fell in love with transcends colour. Nobody should be bringing in my man's colour into any conversation. Y'all are foul for that shit. Right, moving on, because I'm fucking heated as shit. How dare he? Okay, can we just admit that that story that was said about Kuckian'S, I don't know about the validity of it. I've not looked deep enough to say if it's true or not from my personal perspective. But if he has the ability to say that I looked at the receipts, I saw what was said, and I don't know whether it's true, so I'm not about to jump on it, can't we award or say that I can have that exact same decision when it comes to Jeffree Star? Or is it because of the colour, once again, of my skin that I can't say that? I can't award somebody that freedom. It makes no sense. So it's okay for him to do it, but it's not okay for me? Alright, I see. I'm just disappointed. I'm more, to be honest, I didn't think I'd be as affected by that video as I actually was. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be as affected by it than I am, and I am affected by it because I've got somebody who is not of my race speaking about how I should be reacting to my own community, and speaking about why I am a sellout to my own community, which is actually fucking disgusting. Because he's never had my lived experiences, so he can't speak on my community in the same way that I can, because I know my community. I've been my community. I am it. I am, when we say faceless people, I am that faceless person. So he doesn't get the right to talk about my race in that nature. He doesn't. So yeah, that was slightly disappointing. Even for him, that was disappointing. But in the grand scheme of things, John Kuckian is trash. He's always been trash. He always will be trash. So who cares? And in terms of the Jeffree Star collaboration, if it does happen, because nothing has been finalised at this point, so I don't want to say it's happening until it is. But if anything does happen, I will most definitely keep you guys updated and informed. I do look forward to meeting him and asking him some questions, and also just seeing like his demeanour. I don't know if he's going to be like super duper bougie and make me feel poor as shit, or whether he's going to be like really chill and down to earth the way that I saw in the Shane Dawson documentary. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of person that he is.
So that's all for this investigation. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments. If you want to go and follow Paige, I will leave a link to her YouTube channel and Instagram down below if you're not already following her. She is literally the Shane Dawson of the drama community in my opinion. However, she's not afraid to speak her truth and not worry about pissing anyone off in the process.